team we were able to take on last year. Got a win against them, but it's a different Villa Rica team than it was last year. New coach Rico Zachary coming in. Actually, I think he had gone from Central. Moved a little bit in kind of circling back into our region. He took on Central last week and put, I think, whoop it on
41-13.
Yeah, so maybe that little bit of give back on that one.
Well, Rico's a nice guy.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy. One of my good friends. With him, he's a hard-nosed guy. He's a disciplined guy. I think we hit it off because we're the same. We're similar in a lot of ways. He definitely had his guys ready to play, and we saw it on film. Up front, they were nonstop. They were nonstop defensively. They was downhill all night, which pretty much put our run game in a box. But the kids, just talking to them after the game. I mean, they were very respectful and things like that. So he's definitely had some turning around to do up there. And even last year when we played them, they were very athletic.
Yeah,
they was very athletic. We just came out and we didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. This Friday we had 6 penalties in the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
We had 6. So field position changed, and it was tough battling out. It was tough holding up. Then special teams played a factor. So we put ourselves behind the 8 ball early, and we weren't able to gather.
We'll break that down a little bit in just a second. We're going to take our first break. We come back, we'll talk a little about this game in the past. We also got some players you brought with us. Looking forward to talking to some of those guys. But we're going to have a lot of fun here from Johnny's Pizza here on Lafayette Parkway here in LaGrange, Georgia. Y'all stay with us. We're listening to Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. Make sure it's a step in the right direction. Choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
The joy of coming into work in the pharmacy every day is to interact with the patients, get a feel for them, understand them, love them. First of all, you got to love your patients. You got to love people. That's what we do. And as a person and as a business, that's my thing, is I want to give them the exceptional care. Everybody, that comes in here, that we care about them, and that they feel like this is home to them when they get their medicine.
HolmesPharmacy.com in LaGrange and Hamilton.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yes, I can't believe you found me. I have car trouble and there you are.
Yeah, that's State Farm's 24/7 access.
It's like we have this mental telepathy, you know?
Well, you did start filing your claim with your mobile device. You can access State Farm on your phone, online, even in person at one of the 18,000 neighborhood
State Farm offices. See, mental telepathy.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Connect telepathically with Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Welcome back. Hey, I'm kind of loud there. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner here live from Johnny's Pizza. We're talking Granger football tonight, and I'm joined by Coleman Weiss up here in the booth. And get your mic on there, Coleman. Well, no, still don't hear you yet. We'll get it going in just a second. Don't you love live radio? You just never know how things are going. Well, while y'all are working on that, Coach and I are going to talk about the game just a little bit more. Coach, the first half you mentioned, penalties kind of messed us up. Field position was tough. And again, Villa Rica came out and played. There you are. Came out very strong. But in the second half of play, first, let me go to your receivers. We're going to talk to one of those young men in a minute. Jordan Ogletree had a great night. A couple of big cut, but 2 passes over 11 yards that he was able to catch. Charles doing a pretty good job once he was able to kind of get out of there and find his receivers downfield a little bit. Jacoby Smith kind of leading things over. He came in the second quarter and played a little bit. So you're trying to find the right fit to how things are going back there. But then the second half, your linebacking core stepped up, the leadership stepped up, and they did not score an offensive touchdown on you in the second half.
No, they didn't. Our guys came back at the halftime, and we talked about just finishing the drill and pretty much just leaving it all on the field. We were kind of asleep in some areas the first half of the game, and after halftime, those guys woke up. The running backs ran hard. Defense flew around a little bit. I think we had like 3 stops on defense. So it was good to see that they battled back from that, because usually when the score gets like that, they ready to get out. Yeah. And our guys, they kept playing. They kept playing.
Well, and I was talking to several, people talk about football in LaGrange, Georgia.
Oh, yes.
So I've had, knowing that I'm involved with it, and I have people come up and ask me questions. And one of the things I tell folks is the first thing you got to remember is you're working with kids that are 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. They don't have a lot of experience in life sometimes, much less football. Right. And sometimes you got to get your mind right when you're on the field.
Oh, yes. And we practice that. We try to practice fast. We try to put them in situations in practice that, is very adverse, just to see how they would think themselves out of certain situations. Today we did it, and our defense went crazy. Griffin throws the ball everywhere, so we set up 3 huddles, and we just kept coming at them, and they were on their heels, almost like that fight the other night. They didn't get knocked out, but it was close.
Not a TKO.
Yeah, but it's close. But you want to build that in young men. That instinct. That way of just fighting yourself out of situations, and that's what's lovely about the job, is seeing that transformation. Yeah. Them going to another level.
That's awesome. Well, now Coleman's got his mic working now. Coleman, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. Glad to be here in the Coach's Corner. And if you haven't looked on the video and understand why we call it the Coach's Corner, we have this huge table set up in the corner, and we get a chance to talk Granger football, and we're glad to have a chance to do it. And Johnny's New York Style Pizza has been kind enough to host us here in LaGrange, and very appreciative of having this facility and having a chance to enjoy not only Johnny's New York Style Pizza, but a lot of great food here. And one thing that they're doing for everybody who comes out tonight, they're drawing for a $25 gift certificate. Bam. It's pretty cool. First, I guess introduce yourself to our listeners.
I'm Scott Lester. I'm acting general manager right now here. Just want to get everybody to come out and support the high schools, come eat some good food, and enjoy our beautiful facilities.
Yeah, it is beautiful, and I tell you, you can have great 4 walls, great booze, but if you don't have the team, it just doesn't happen.
No, that's what we've tried to develop here as a team. Everybody helping everybody. I know we started out a little weak, but we've turned around, doing a great job now. So those folks that tried us early on, come back and try us again. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I have to really rave at how great the service is. Anyway, let's do the $25 gift certificate. Coach, would you be kind enough to pull us out a gift certificate here? This is for a $25
gift certificate
here at Johnny's New York Style Pizza, and the winner is
I won.
He ordered
my number. Yet. This is me. No, 35009.
35009 is the last.
There we go. We got one over there. All right.
Congratulations.
Give him a round of applause. $25 gift certificate right there.
All right, we're going to share that.
Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll talk more football live here from Johnny's Pizza on Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, Georgia, right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob of Church have been breaking sales records here since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Church at Remax Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
LaGrange knows leadership when they see it. As mayor for 4 years, Jim Thornton has proven he's a leader who cares, who unites people, and who gets things done.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I'm running for re-election to keep bringing new jobs and businesses to our city, to maintain public safety, and to enhance the quality of life for all residents. I'm asking for your vote on November 7th for another term. Learn more about me and my plans at jimthornton.org.
A vote for Jim Thornton is a vote for progress. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton for mayor of LaGrange.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm Jack Moore. We got Coach Diallo Burks here to my left, and we got a young man coach coming over here. We got Jordan Ogletree that's joined us over here in the booth.
Oh, yes. He's one of our leaders on offense. He's a junior. Missed last season because he broke his collarbone, but he's definitely have come back into the fold and showing that he needs to make up that year, that time that he lost. He's a big physical guy. He can run. He has a lot of tools that can be used all over the field, and that's what we like about him.
That's awesome. Jordan, you had a couple of big catches in the ball game. Not the outcome that we wanted, but it's nice to be able to contribute with your team, I would bet.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and hold it up there. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Now, you play from the wide out or from the slot? Where do they line you up?
Sometimes I go to tight end and sometimes I go to wide out.
Which do you prefer? Because you have to block a little bit at the tight end.
I prefer both.
You like it all?
Yes, sir.
There's one of the things I learned early on in football, and I'm sure Coach talks about this. It feels a lot better to hit somebody than to be hit. Do you enjoy a crackback block every once in a while?
Yes, sir.
That's one of my favorite it wasn't one of my favorite things as a defensive end. It used to get me all the time. Mm-hmm. But now you're a junior, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, sir.
As you think about the future, do you want to continue with this and look to play some ball in college?
Yeah, I want to play football in college.
Do you have a particular team that you want to come look at you and get interested in you?
Not for real.
You just want somebody come take a look at you.
I just want to go to college and play football.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to what you can do there. Now, you play over on the offensive side. Do you get to get on the defensive side every once in a while?
I started in the scrimmage game. I played defense in matchups, but I feel like I'm a big player to the offense, so focus on offense.
Well, again, if you can move from the tight end, then move out into as a wide receiver too. That's a lot of tools that you're showing there.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a particular route that you prefer? What's your favorite route? Is it a go route? Do you like come across the middle?
I like the post and the drag from the tight end side.
Okay, especially from the tight end side. Yep. Now, there's a lot of communication that has to take place between the quarterback and the receivers. Do y'all talk during the school day about to kind of draw them up? Do you talk about what kind of routes y'all going to be running when you come to practice?
Sometimes we talk over the phone.
Oh, really? Yeah. Do you actually talk or y'all just text all the time?
Charles, we used to text, but I don't talk to the other quarterback. I talk to Jacob almost every day though.
Okay. Now, you don't Snapchat or anything like that?
I Snapchat with Charles.
See, I'm trying to show that I'm hip, Coach. That I know some of this stuff.
I know it. You got to throw it out.
Actually, use the real words, not Snapagram or InstaChat or something.
Like MySpace. I told him I was going to MySpace him.
That's awesome. Well, Jordan, we're excited about what you did this past week, and we know that you've got a great season ahead of you.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. We're going to take a break. We're going to bring another young man up here. You're listening to the Coach's Corner live from Johnny's Pizza here in LaGrange, Georgia on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
2002, we decided to make a move from downtown. We bought this building here on Commerce, and we've been here ever since, and it was a move that really changed my business. God's blessed this business. We've been real fortunate and patients and their needs.
That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank. Same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, the Granger edition, live here from Johnny's Pizza in LaGrange, Georgia. We're having a great time tonight. Hope you'll have a chance to come out and join us. Coach has got his wings ordered.
Got him.
If the guys don't devour them before you get over there, that's the key.
About that. Don't worry.
So, DJ, you're in charge of protecting the wings, man, when they get over there. You don't let him get his wings, okay? Coach, one of the things I appreciate you do that when we have our coaches shows is you bring some of the young men from the school. We just had Jordan Ogletree talking with us, and now you got another young man, Vondez Taylor, coming in to talk with us, one of your kind of linebackers out there.
Oh, yes, he's all over the field. One thing that we wanted to do this year, and I'm glad that, Coleman allowed me to do it, is the incentive package for the guys, to perform on the field. Mm-hmm. Each guy that I bring here when I do the show are MVPs of the game.
Okay.
Jordan was the offensive MVP this past game, and now Vondez Taylor actually got special teams player of the game, and he was defensive MVP.
Okay.
So he served them in two roles. So I told him that he's not going to come with me for 2 days because he got 2 awards. But it's definitely for them. And, when you talk about, developing those guys, it's not just on the field as well. They get a chance to do this. This is a huge piece where they get to sell themselves along with the program.
Well, of course, Vondez, welcome to the show tonight. Something else that's neat is that this is going to be up on YouTube, and you can go up there and show it to folks, and everybody in the whole school can watch it if they want to, but not to get you nervous or anything. But, Vondez, you're a junior, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, got to use that microphone so they can hear you. You had a big night on the defensive side. Actually, it's interesting. I had a chance to text back and forth with Coach Pauly earlier today. Mm-hmm. And I was just asking him, what's some things that he saw that really impressed him. And he said the linebacker play was one of the things that really impressed him. You mentioned the offensive line also had some good movement off the ball. But the linebacker play, especially in the second half, he said you had a great game. So tell me about how that felt in the second half, kind of turn things around on the defensive side.
I mean, it felt good, but we got to translate that through the whole game. Mm-hmm. We got to have that from first start to finish out with.
And do you play from on the same side? Where do you play on the linebacker?
Outside.
Outside line. So you adjust depending on the lineup, the formation that you see.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of work, I'm sure, goes into that in the previous week, talking about lineups, what you're going to see from the other team. I imagine even today y'all talked a lot about Griffin's passing game.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you prefer to get to pin your ears back and go, or read backs coming out of the backfield?
Read the backs out of the backfield.
And so now, of course, that's going to require you to keep your head up and looking the whole time. Something I was never able to do because I closed my eyes whenever somebody hit me. But that's excellent. Now, talk to me about what it felt on the special teams. What positions do you play there?
Oh, like I play kickoff and punt. Really, be on special teams, you just got to get to the ball and like do your assignment and everything.
You know, that's a great point, because so often what happens wrong in a situation like that is when guys don't do their job. They don't stay in their lane, because if you're not in your lane, somebody's going to find a way to get down the field.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're really excited about what you did. Hey, that's pretty impressive to have 2 of the MVP votes coming out of this ball game. Does that make you feel proud going into this next game?
Yes, it do.
All right. Now, what the key is, Coach, is that we got to have some of these guys roll back to us.
Right.
Can they not just do it in one game? Can they do it in multiple games?
Consistency.
Yep.
That's the key. You know, being consistent. And you know, with Vondez, the things that he brings, you know, to our defense and to our team, you know, leadership. He was one that didn't talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he did talk, he wasn't saying, you know, the stuff that you wanted to hear. But he's definitely grown a lot. You know, we've put a lot of pressure on him. I'm very proud of him, very proud to see where he is right now. He can play multiple positions. You know, he played corner last year. He played safety. Now he's down at linebacker. You know, he's also spent some time on the offensive side of the ball. So he's a very valuable asset to our team.
Being there when the coaches call you, that's what they appreciate. But I appreciate you joining us here. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what's coming up for the Grangers right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
LaGrange knows leadership when they see it. As mayor for 4 years, Jim Thornton has proven he's a leader who cares, who unites people, and who gets things done.
I'm Jim Thornton. I'm running for re-election to keep bringing new jobs and businesses to our city, to maintain public safety, and to enhance the quality of life for all residents. I'm asking for your vote on November 7th for another term. Learn more about me and my plans at jimthornton.org.
A vote for Jim Thornton is a vote for progress. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton for mayor of LaGrange.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner of the Granger edition, live here from Johnny's Pizza. We're here on Lafayette Parkway. We're across from the mall. We appreciate Scott Lester and all his staff and the great job they're doing. It's been a packed night. If you haven't had a chance, come on out here and join us. Lots of great food and try something different every time you come. One of the things that Scott mentioned is that he's really turned this staff around. It's a great group of folks that are working hard and putting out great food. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Coach, as we talk about the Grangers, similar situation you kind of got right now is had a couple of tough ball games, and it's about turning that around, keeping the guys positive and moving forward.
Right. You know, we talked a lot after the game. You know, the coaches with the players in the locker room, and, you know, the same thing as the week before. You know, you want to see these guys' demeanor. You want to see, you know, what's in their eyes. And, for guys to go through something like that and then stand up at the end of the game and say, Coach, it's going to be okay. This is where we came up short. This is where we see that we need to go. Without you prompting it, it is heartwarming. You know something is special going to happen sooner or later. We just have to keep working and keep going.
Well, part of the maturation process, and you have a young team this year, is to get out there and to experience not just the practice time, because a lot happened before the season this year, but to get out there, get your feet under you, get hit a few times, and understand that you can come back from that. And just I think about the second half. We talked about the defense. In the first half, I think the first 4 possessions they scored each time.
Yes.
It had I think a kickoff return or interception in the first half. But then the second half, the defense really kind of got their backs up and said, we're not going to allow that anymore.
Yeah, they stood up. They stood up and said, we can only allow so much to happen. How much more do we have to go through? And so they made a promise to themselves without the coaches, because we was trying to scheme.
Right.
I walked in before all the other coaches and, heard the guys talking and they were speaking, some good things, that you want to hear as a coach. So that once they make the decision for that light to come on and say, you know what, I'm gonna just put everything I have into it. That's when now collectively we're gonna be okay. We're gonna start making those leaps and jumps to where we want to be. But right now we're kind of patchy. And it's early. It's only the second ball game.
Right.
So the season is long. But what you want to do is you want to bring those patches together, because if we topped out right now, how long would we be able to sustain that over the course of the rest of the year? Especially with a young ball club. So kind of you want to see us go through some of these heartaches, but really not like we've been going through. But you do want to see them go through some type of adversity and see how they come out of it.
Well, I think about your non-region schedule, these first 4 games. You're not picking cupcakes to play. I mean, you got some folks that are come at you that Villa Rica wanting to make up for last year losing that ball game.
Right.
And the first game, of course, we got Callaway, who's just been the past several years. Coach Wiggins and his staff doing a great job there. And then Griffin next week, which is a classic LaGrange adversary.
Yes, it's a thin line, Jack, and I'll tell you, you look at our program and our history. We've always played the best of the best people. And now, you got guys who says that, I want to go play on the college level, and that's their dreams and aspirations. And you want to expose those guys to, some of those type of players as well. This is what you're going to be going through and facing, on the next level. But, some things haven't went our way. The ball haven't bounced our way a lot. With some injuries to some people and things like that haven't allowed us to really compete with all our tools.
Right.
As a coach, you're thinking that you're going to have all your tools in the bag, but, we've been missing some. But, we're not going to gripe. We had one of the people inside of the school, and I'm not going to say no name, said, Coach, you scheduled everybody, including the San Francisco 49ers. But that's just us. That's us. And, you want to put your guys in a successful, situation. And we really have to revisit that and look. But it all depends on what you have as well.
Well, looking down the line, just think about just our region, which is one of the toughest regions in
the
Florida.
state. Yes.
I mean, you got Cartersville, Sandy Creek, both in the top 10. So, and then of course the Troop High School Tigers have had a great season last year. They're coming on again this year, looking good. So, it's still a tough road ahead, but it was one game at a time. And next week is Griffin.
Yes, next week is Griffin. Classic. We've been going for a while, and we're going to look forward to having them come in to Callaway Stadium.
All right. Make sure to listen to us through Eagle Sports and find that ball game. Thanks again to Johnny's Pizza for hosting us tonight. We had a great time tonight. We're going to enjoy some of the fruits of that after we get off this radio broadcast. We'll bring on the Troop folks. But we appreciate all the folks here at Johnny's Pizza. Thank you to Coach and your players, Jordan Ogletree and Vondez Taylor, for coming in and having a great time tonight. For Coach, for the guys working the board, we appreciate it. We'll see you next week on the radio.